Welcome to Chapter 5, the Kametz Hatuf. If you'll remember a vowel chart, we had these two vowels, I'll call them T symbols, that look the same. One of them is a long A, the other one is a short O sound. This is the long A, the Kametz Hatuf is the short O, and we have to be able to distinguish these. The short vowel, the main idea here is the short vowel Kametz Hatuf must be in a closed and unaccented syllable. So both of those criteria must be met. If you see the T symbol in a closed and unaccented syllable, then it will be a Kametz Hatuf, O. Now there may be some exceptions to this, but for the most part, it's going to work itself out. So let's look at a couple of examples here. This is the first one, and I've kind of intentionally grabbed a couple that will involve this schwa because it can be a little tricky. This one, what we get is if we just kind of look at syllables in general, the question becomes, as we're dividing this one from the back to the front, we find our vowel, and the question is this a silent schwa? And we're going to cut here, i.e. putting the T symbol in a closed unaccented syllable, or is this a vocal schwa? And we're going to make the cut here, putting this in an open syllable. So you can kind of see how we're at a bit of a circular conundrum here. But the kicker is this little guy right here. We call this a metheg. The metheg is going to tell us one thing. The metheg does not tell us anything about this vowel. Rather, the metheg tells us that this is a vocal schwa. If then that's a vocal schwa, we're going to make our cut here. Okay. If that's the case, now we can determine that this is a kametz because it is in an open, unaccented syllable. Okay, it is unaccented, but it's open, so it does not meet both criteria. Therefore, this is a kametz. Okay, and then the other T symbol we have, this one here, is also a kametz. It's in an open syllable. Remember that syllables are open if they end in a vowel or an aleph or hey. This one ends in a hey, so indeed it is an open syllable. So again, the final syllable here actually breaks both rules. It's open and accented. So so there you go. Watch that little metheg when we're in this situation, okay? Because it's going to be what tells us that is a vocal schwa. If it's a vocal schwa, make the cut, and then kind of work things out from there. So there's an example of that one. Let's see, if we wanted to go ahead and divide these, this would be the tonic. This is pretonic, and open tonic for those. Okay. Here is another one. I don't remember putting this on there, but how about that? This is the other example, okay? So again, we end up with this little schwa guy. So start from the back, divide syllables, find the vowel, consonant, and then we're going to consider a cut. The question is this a silent schwa, and the cut that I just made is correct? Or is this a vocal schwa and we need to have it beginning a syllable? That's the question. In this case, what we're going to have is no metheg, right? You don't see a metheg right here with the T symbol. So if there's no metheg, for the purposes of our book and our chapter, we can assume then that this is a silent schwa. If that's a silent schwa, then silent schwas close and end syllables, so we're going to make the cut right there. We're going to close it, okay? We don't have an accent mark written in, so we assume that it is here. If we assume the accent mark is here, then the first syllable of this word becomes closed and unaccented. We may also call it, it's closed pre-tonic according to our other lingo. But for the kametz hatuv, we look for closed and unaccented. And indeed, then this is a kametz hatuv. Silent schwa, and then the final syllable kof dalet with a holum. So this word would be code is how we would say this. Syllable here is tonic and closed because it ends in a consonant. There we go. And then this syllable, again, we've already labeled as pre-tonic and closed. Closed pre-tonic, closed tonic. Code is how we would say that. Okay, so again, the metheg is the kicker at the beginning. If there is a metheg, the schwa is vocal. If there's no metheg, the schwa is silent. And then we work our divisions and labeling from there. The next one is, I was getting ready to pronounce it, but that would give it away. Let's start with this guy right here. Yeah, we can start with that one. So we'll start with that little guy. This makef is going to be the main idea here. If you guys remember, the makef is going to take the accent from the word 1 and move it to word 2. So in essence, what we are doing is shifting the accent to the final word. This becomes what we call a package or a construct package in Hebrew, and that we would read these two words together as one word, and so we shift the accent because of that. And erase some more of this. So I'm going to leave that one. That way we can kind of visually see the accent and where it's at. When you see the makef, another good thing to do is to go ahead and divide it. That is where we will have a syllable division period. So if you just go ahead and cut that little guy, then it will help you as well to kind of see the major divisions. But don't forget, after you cut that you're reading it as one full word, and that the accent is on the final element of it. Okay. If that then is the case, continue to divide our syllables. We find our vowel and its consonant, and we're going to make a cut. You're going to want to do that right there, but don't, because this is a single schwa beginning a word. It's vocal. So this actually, as odd as it is one full syllable with these three consonants at the beginning. If that's one full syllable, then it is going to be a closed syllable, okay, because it ends in the implicit silent schwa, or other ways you've heard it is it ends in a consonant, so that's very good, it's closed. And if the accent has shifted, it is unaccented, okay? So again, that's a little bit of it's a long syllable to be labeled closed and unaccented, but if it's closed and unaccented, then this little guy is a kametz hatuf. All right. The final T symbol here, open syllable, because the syllable ends in an aleph. So immediately it breaks one of our rules between closed and unaccented. In fact, it's open and it's accented, breaks both rules. So this little guy. This little guy is a kametz, okay? So a kametz and kametz hatuf. So the way we would say this word is we would go she mor na, okay? See how we did that? Shemorna is how we would say that one. I put a little bit more of an e on this, as in pet. I did a little bit more of that. But it is indeed just an indistinct vowel sound with that vocal schwa. You may hear it in a fast reading, shmorna, right? So it does have a little bit of a to it, but not a lot. But shmorna is how we would say that. But this is an O, this is an A. So hopefully that will help you distinguish some of those. I don't think, don't have any more examples on that one, but let me know what questions you have. I hope these continue to be helpful.